Every thought deserves its moment. This is Overthinking Out Loud. Grab a drink, lean in, and let's overthink it together. Out loud.
Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome back to Overthinking Out Loud. Jess and I are in our little tea outfits today. We are going to a little tea party with Hannah and Logan. Shout out to both of them.
Hey.
I have to say, side note, before we even get into this podcast, our friends Hannah and Logan put on probably some of the best hosted dinners and brunches.
Oh my God.
I've ever experienced. I've never felt so bougie in the best way.
In the best way. That's the perfect way to say it.
Yeah, printed multi-course menu.
Oh, Michelin
star level food.
Oh my God.
Great drinks. We really do get spoiled by
yes.
them. So we're doing that today. So we're all dressed up.
It's fun.
But first podcast. Okay, so this week we're talking about something kind of interesting because Jess a couple days ago sent me a video on Instagram and was like, "You'll never believe this." and she was like, "We got to talk about this on the pod." So, okay, dive into what we're talking about today, which is, you know what? First, actually, before you dive into that, everybody just buckle up because we are going down the rabbit hole, and we're not saying any of this is actually true.
No.
But we're just getting into some wild conspiracy theories.
Yes.
So, Jess, why don't you tell us what we're talking about?
So I was on TikTok, as I normally am a lot, and I stumbled upon this post that went deep dive into specifically Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, Hailey Bieber's conspiracy theories. They're all wrapped up into one conspiracy theory that has multiple levels. I was hooked.
Okay.
Hooked, dude. And I went through all, I went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I sent it to you and I was like, we have to talk about this.
And then I was like, I know some celebrity conspiracy theories too.
So
ones that have kind of been recent / over the years. People have probably heard about them. And again, we're not saying any of this is true. It's just fun to talk about the crazy ideas that people have and then actually dive into all of the evidence. Mm-hmm. And you're like, how can this evidence be disputed? I don't know.
I'm just saying there's some good evidence out there, especially if you believe in that there's other realities that people live in. Do you know what I mean? So also let your mind wander. Let's have some fun. This is going to be good.
Yeah, truly. Okay, this is kind of a side note, but first of all, everything that's happening in our world right now, I think it's possible that anything could be going on.
Agreed.
For better or for worse. And actually, my husband, John Luke, was telling me recently about how these scientists took brain matter, and I'm probably going to totally butcher the story, but basically they had a little piece of brain tissue and stuff. They grew a brain and they trained it how to play a video game, and it just a brain. And so
chilling in water or some shit.
Yeah, I truly don't know. But I was like, okay, well, if you could grow a brain and pre-train it all these skills, then maybe there's some crazier stuff you can do with that brain other than just putting it in.
Watch, that's Anthropic's AI is from a literal brain.
Yikes.
Just
okay.
saying, we're not getting into
conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we dive into this Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, Hailey Bieber / Baldwin theory. For anyone who doesn't know, Selena Gomez is an actor and a singer. She started on Disney Channel. Mm-hmm. Obviously, people probably know a lot of her music. Yes. She's on Only Murders in the Building.
Yep.
Justin Bieber, again, very, very famous singer.
Yep.
They both started really young in the business. And then Hailey Bieber was initially Hailey Baldwin.
And that family
the Baldwin family.
Yes. Is an entertainment
family. They've been in acting and entertainment for a very long time. And she's the founder of Rhodes Makeup. Yes, that's how you say it. I thought it was Rhodey this whole time.
Bro, I honestly couldn't tell you. I just made that up.
No. But I mean, whatever it's called, she is the founder.
She's the founder.
Okay, so there's some context.
Yes.
Now, Jess, I actually didn't dive into this because I wanted to
be surprised.
About what you were going to tell me.
Okay.
So what is this? What is this crazy backstory?
Okay, so let me set the scene. Obviously, so Selena Gomez, child star, right? She started her like acting career on Barney.
Oh yeah.
Yes, on
Forgot
Barney.
about that.
So she came from a struggling family. That's a good context.
Okay.
Justin Bieber also grew up in the Disney kind of Disney realm, but like more in music, and he came from a struggling family.
Okay.
So the theory is that since the families didn't have a lot of funds to like help them get in, like pay for auditions and all of that stuff, because people say that it's really expensive to like continue to like put your name out there, go to auditions, drive, yada yada. It's like a lot of effort.
Yes, it's very expensive. I know this from experience.
Yes. That they were like, they can't afford to do that. They like typically wouldn't be able to afford it, like families. So that they sold their children to make money.
This sounds like Illuminati stuff.
It is. It is a little bit Illuminati.
Okay.
So that's
Wait, so
one
they
theory.
sold their children to who?
To like the entertainment industry. So they say that they sold Justin Bieber to Diddy. And Selena Gomez got sold to this church that only, it's called, don't quote me, I think it's Hillstone or something with Hill something. But that church.
Oh, that's like a mega church.
For celebrities.
Is it? Oh, okay. I know it to be like a mega church.
Yeah, mega church. They think that she got sold to whatever that cult is.
Uh-huh.
So eventually, Justin Bieber also got into that church/cult through Diddy,
Okay.
allegedly.
Yeah.
So let's say that they both got sold. Then they met together. They met, right, in those circles, right?
Uh-huh.
They were essentially bonded at that point and forced to be together based on the trajectory of what these entities wanted them to do, essentially.
Okay. Honestly, so far, all this seems like it could be possible.
Right.
Like
Could be possible.
parents who are desperate
Yes.
for their kids, like success or for money or whatever it is, will do a lot of really weird things.
Yes.
And it does make sense that, like, if, there were other people involved, even if they were just like high level managers and stuff, they could be like, we're going to force you guys to be together for PR purposes.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's the thing by bought and controlled, it's like when anybody, like when you get signed to a label, when you sign a contract, like you are controlled to a certain extent of like, you have to wear this, you have to do this, you have to do X, Y, and Z. Their lives are controlled.
Yeah. Like
essentially.
celebrities, even they'll sign contracts with like fashion labels and then they have to wear a bunch of that label. Like when Margot Robbie had to wear Chanel and looked horrible all the time. And now she looks amazing.
Yes. Those types of things,
types of
right?
things,
Like,
yes.
that's what I mean by controlled versus like, more intense things, I guess, if you will.
Okay,
Like,
yes.
Like brain control and shit like that. Not like that. I'm saying
okay.
more of like they're conditioning them to
Yeah.
act a certain way, do certain things, etc.
Yes.
So I think when they were the PR piece, when they were forced together, then they actually liked each other, right? Mm-hmm. So the story goes is that
Is this where it starts to get weird?
this
like
is where it gets
weirder?
weird.
Okay.
This is where it gets weirder. So then they obviously been together for a long time. During their relationship, this is where Haley comes into play. Mm-hmm. During their relationship, it is known that Haley Baldwin at the time had a huge crush on Justin Bieber.
Yeah, and they met when they were like 13 or 14, right? Like she went to his concert and met him backstage or something and was obsessed with him.
Yes, obsessed with him.
Yeah.
So the internet says. So obsessed with him, right?
Yes, so the internet says.
So that's during the Selena Gomez era, right?
Okay.
Okay, so fast forward. There was a moment where they were kind of on the rocks. The media said they were on the rocks. Justin Bieber started hanging out with Kourtney Kardashian a lot.
What?
Apparently there was...
Isn't she like way older than him?
Uh-huh. But they were hanging out a lot. Like...
Wait, you're kidding? How did I not hear about this?
Oh, I don't know.
What was the age difference? And
I mean,
That
I don't know
sounds
if... I don't think
crazy
like
to me.
hanging out like together. I just think that he was with the Kardashians a lot. Like he was involved in their lives. He was hanging out with them like friends, etc. Again, everyone thinks it's weird, right? But he has...
because he was
there's
like
so-
under 18, right?
Yeah.
That's very
so
strange.
many photographs with the Kardashians. A shit ton of photographs
No
with the
way.
Kardashians. Yes.
I'm gonna have to like look up.
Look up
okay,
that.
Okay.
But then...
Keep telling me.
Okay.
I'm just looking up a photo.
So here's another layer.
Yeah.
Around that same time where he has been hanging out with the Kardashians, Selena Gomez is named in the Epstein files. It was like February 7th or February 17th, 2017 or something like that. One of those dates, but it was 2017 that she was mentioned in the Epstein files. The file said
Okay, sorry. I'm
What'd you
jumping in
say?
here. So I did look it up, and he has a long intertwined history. He was with the Kardashians a lot when he was 16.
Yep.
And then at some point when he was around 20, it was rumored that he had a fling with Kourtney Kardashian, who is significantly older than him.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, continue. Sorry. That really sidetracked me.
No, but it's good context.
Yeah.
So she was named the Epstein files around like 2017.
Okay.
So the Epstein file says, and you can look it up, it says he chose Selena Gomez. It was all redacted, and the end says he chose Selena Gomez.
Okay.
We don't know who. We don't know who.
You don't know like
Epstein-
who sent it, who received it.
I believe that Epstein sent that email, but we don't know to who.
Okay.
So during that time, though, is kind of where all of this weird shit started happening.
Yeah.
Additionally, that's when Rob Disick and Kourtney Kardashian's child was born. Oh my God, what was their kid's name?
Wait, Rob. Oh, Scott.
Scott.
Rob
Sorry.
is the brother. Scott Disick
Scott
and Kourtney
Disick.
Kardashian's first son was born?
Yes.
First child?
Yes.
Okay.
I forget what his name is.
Mason? Is that their first child?
Ooh, oh, my phone's over there.
Hold on. I can look it up. Because is it important?
Yes, because that child allegedly looks a lot more like Justin Bieber.
What?
But they don't think it's
Mason, yeah.
Okay, Mason, yeah. They don't think that it's Kourtney and Justin's kid. They think it's Justin and Selena's kid.
Huh?
Yeah, they believe that Justin and Selena had a kid because they were getting close and they accidentally got pregnant.
Okay.
And that she had to give up the baby
Okay.
and sacrificed herself so that the baby could live.
I'm sorry. So let me back up here. So basically, obviously, nobody wanted them to have a kid because, you know, they were young and whatever, and it ruins the image that people were going for.
Yep.
So you're saying she secretly had a kid, and then the Kardashians adopted the kid or took the kid.
Yep.
So, but then how did they cover up like Selena Gomez's entire pregnancy and then also like at the same time fake Kourtney Kardashian's pregnancy?
Fairly easy.
Yeah, I
She
guess
just
that's-
never.
I'm like, how is that possible? It's probably like way more possible than I would think. I mean, that seems like a lot, but okay.
You know? Could be.
So, but what do you mean that like she chose to save the baby? Like they wanted to basically like eliminate this child and be like, no, it'll never happen. And she was like, no, I'm going to actually like keep this baby, but like put it like essentially make sure it's safe with someone else.
Yes.
Okay. So what deal did she make for that to happen?
So they think that's where the cloning is happening.
What?
So they think that she sacrificed herself.
Okay. Like she actually died
She actually died.
during childbirth or?
No, I think they offed her. So that it wouldn't get convoluted. Like it wouldn't happen again. Like she wouldn't go back to Justin. Like basically as a liability.
Okay.
They just, goodbye.
Yeah.
See ya, Selena Gomez.
Okay.
Because then at that point is when things started happening. Like, at that point, they did the whole kidney thing. The kidney transfer was when that happened.
Okay.
So she's essentially, she went under. Thank you for putting this together. So at the whole time of the pregnancy, the whole thing, she was in recovery from her kidney transplant. So like, that's probably a big cover up.
Okay. Because there was the whole thing with her Lyme disease too.
Right. Lyme disease, lupus, all of that's like she has.
Oh, it was lupus. Sorry, not Lyme disease. She does not have Lyme disease.
Okay, I don't think she has Lyme disease.
It's
Lupus or something like that. But that, I believe, may have been the cover-up for her pregnancy because she was in recovery and like wasn't in the media for a long time.
Wait, so side note, did you ever watch her documentary?
No.
Okay, watch her documentary because they still do. I'm trying to remember how much footage they still have from that time, because she also was like, during that, she was on tour. She was on tour, and like her mental health just like suffered immensely, and that's when she went away to like, essentially, I don't think it was rehab, but she went to like a mental health facility for a while. And then like the documentary is all about like afterward coming back from that, kind of being in it. But I'm trying to remember how much footage they have of her from that time, and I honestly think most of it is just like some concert footage from like when she was on tour, and then it kind of jumps, I'd have to rewatch it, then it kind of jumps to her after the fact when she was like in recovery and stuff.
Got it.
So I guess technically what you're saying could still have happened, where they're like using footage of like the supposedly cloned Selena Gomez. So you're telling me that they killed her and cloned her? So there's potentially technology out there that can fully clone a person.
Or they think that somebody like stepped into her, like basically they morphed somebody else into her. Like the whole
like a bunch of plastic surgery and stuff.
Exactly. There's like 2 people specifically that they think is now the new Selena Gomez.
Who?
I can't remember their names. I know it's horrific that I should know their names, but I don't know their names.
Okay, well now we have to look this up.
Okay, we gotta look it up.
I'm invested at this point.
But the weird point about the whole kidney transfer thing was like that was her best friend.
Yeah.
And then they basically never talked after that. She wasn't invited to any wedding. I guess she was like,
okay. So my understanding was that, because she's another actress. Mm-hmm. It's what's her name? Her best friend's name, or they were best friends.
Francis.
Yeah. So she, Francia Reza.
Okay.
So she gave Selena Gomez a kidney in 2017 after a lupus health crisis. Mm-hmm. And then I heard that like they were still friends until the documentary came out, and Selena Gomez said like, Taylor Swift is like my only true friend in the industry. And Francia was like, I'm in the industry. And it became like a whole thing. Mm-hmm. That's, again, allegedly.
Which could be a good story turn. Like, that's
and then
all.
Selena Gomez was like, well, like, yeah, but I think like essentially like somebody who's like a super big star in the industry. Right. And like it became like a whole thing. That's so interesting.
Because it's the same, 2017 is the same time of the Epstein files. It's like that 2017 year was like when everything changed.
Okay. So then you're saying there's like 2 possible people who could be
the new Selena Gomez.
Which I'm like, what?
Because they say that like,
it's just a viral, unfounded TikTok conspiracy theory suggests Selena Gomez was replaced by a clone following her 2017 lupus health struggle. Mm-hmm. And it says that they did a swap. It doesn't say though. Interesting. I can't see. It doesn't say like who the people would be. It like gives no.
I think that may be
information
in the darker
about this.
TikTok conspiracy theories.
But it's saying that like the clone theory has spread immensely ever since she was mentioned in an unverified Epstein file. Mm-hmm. Because what she always says is that like the reason why she looks different now, and also sometimes like she has kind of like a, I don't know, it's not a lazy eye, it's like one of her eyes is a little bit droopier than the other, and they said like her voice has changed and she's had like swelling, and medical professionals have come out and said, well, actually that's just a side effect of the lupus because it's an immuno deficiency. Yep. And so that's so interesting. So basically they're saying like that never actually happened. She was replaced, and that's why this newer version of her sounds different, looks different. And so is the argument that like she's still making music, obviously. Yeah. But she hasn't gone on tour or performed. And is that kind of the thing that they're pushing now, is like, oh, I'm going to act, I'm going to do the cooking show, but I'm not going to sing because I'm not her.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually didn't go that far, but I assume.
Interesting.
Of course, they'll blame it on the lupus, right? They'll be like, she can't perform, you know? Yeah. Like, well, you can make it in the studio and take your time making music in a studio, but... Yeah. Yeah. So that's the lore of Selena Gomez so far.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So then wait, but you didn't explain like the Haley Baldwin thing. Like,
okay.
so how does this play into it?
Okay, so essentially they think that Justin Bieber then previously obviously owned by the Diddy Corporation, then got sold again to the Baldwin Corporation and whatever circles they ran in. So they think that Justin, cause obviously like it was a really quick engagement, really quick marriage. Like obviously there, if you look at their...
It happened like very soon after he and Selena Gomez like officially broke up.
Exactly. And like they're kind of, when they're together, it's weird. He's in his weird little moment right now, like very off the rails. And also he released Ghost. Like, if I can't have you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. Mm-hmm. So they think that was for his grandfather. Before, it was supposed to be about his grandfather, but now they think it was about Selena Gomez because it was around the same time.
Oh. So basically, they're saying their relationship never actually fell apart. Like, it was nothing bad. It was, like, actually really sad. He didn't want to leave her and was forced to leave her. Also, you know, apparently the original Selena Gomez was killed off.
Yes.
And he was forced into a relationship with Haley Baldwin.
Correct. And so they think
crazy.
I know. And so they think that Haley is actually his handler.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. So they think that she's not necessarily his wife. I mean, they are husband wife
because they have a baby together.
Yeah, but mainly his handler, so that her father, Stephen Baldwin, can keep an eye on Justin Bieber. That was the whole point. And then she just got the benefit out of the situation.
And so that plays into like the way they act in public because he full on acts like he hates her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Truly, like that stuff, that whole part of their relationship is really weird. Like
really weird.
And of course, you don't know like how things are behind closed doors, but publicly, I'm like, this guy acts like he literally does not like her or respect her at all.
Right, like the whole when he wears all his sweatpants when she's all dressed up when they go to dinner, like it's very like I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. You know, I literally don't care anymore. And I feel like his performance on the Grammys was like, I don't care anymore. Like this is who I am.
Oh, that's interesting that that's how you took it. Mm-hmm. I thought it was like he was doing like a stripped down version, but like physically too.
Yeah, well that too, right? I wonder if he's just like I give up.
Interesting.
I'm just gonna do this, and this is my life now. I'm.
That's like, so sad. Succumbing to the situation. I know. I wonder how like the whole because there's also been stuff about his own management team and agents and stuff like being with Scooter Braun and how Scooter Braun really took advantage of him. I wonder how that all like plays into things.
Isn't Scooter Braun's like he managed Selena Gomez too?
He's managed many very famous people.
Yep.
He managed. Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, I think at some point.
Yep.
Demi Lovato.
Yep.
And then all this stuff started to come out about him being like basically a horrible guy.
Yep.
I don't remember all of the details of it, but there was like a lot of stuff that went down and then like basically everybody left him.
Yep.
Justin Bieber was one of the last people to leave him.
Right.
Ew. It makes you think, like, again, it's one of those things where you're like, this seems so far-fetched. The part that is very far-fetched for me is, like, cloning a person.
I agree.
But again, like, who knows at this point?
Or maybe they could have just conditioned her to do certain things and be a certain way. Like, they could have done that. That makes sense. You know what I mean?
Just, like, study a person and then act exactly like them.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, I guess, less far-fetched than, like, full-on cloning.
Yeah.
It's just, like, really, again... just a lot of the stuff that's been coming out lately, I'm like, honestly, nothing seems impossible at this point, and it's really sad.
It's sad. It's crazy to think that this could even be
a possibility.
A possibility. Right.
But yeah, I mean, like, I feel as though maybe people haven't necessarily come out and been like, yeah, I was full on sold to this, you know, the corporation, like the Diddy Corporation or like the Baldwin family. But I think people allude to that a lot of like being taken advantage of and being told exactly how they have to live their life and who they get to be with and all this stuff.
Yes.
So that to me is not far-fetched at all.
No. I mean, you can see it like, and it's also told in so many movies and in so many like Kesha, for example, or like all these people who are just like even all the child actors. I was actually talking to Chris when I was going through this last night. I was like, Demi Lovato, Amanda Bynes, like so many like kids from that era are like unwell. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're unwell.
Yeah.
And it's like, how does that happen?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think unfortunately there's a lot of like really horrible people who choose to work with kids and take advantage of kids. And so, yeah, that part to me is like, okay, I could see that totally being possible. And then the people who do come out and say something about it or try to stand up for themselves are always the ones who totally get like wiped off the face of the earth, essentially. Like they exist, but their whole life falls apart.
Yep. Yeah, and then they're exiled from the entertainment industry. It's like, bye. We don't care anymore.
Yeah, just for like speaking up.
Yeah. Oh, Britney Spears. How did I forget about her? Like, you know.
Wait, what about her?
Now that, I mean, with her whole conservatorship and like all of that.
Okay, but like also I saw another thing that was like Britney Spears is a clone. It was like another thing.
I know.
Where it's like, it's not the original Britney Spears anymore. I'm like, but if it wasn't, like if they did a similar situation where they kind of did a whole switcheroo, the real Britney Spears doesn't exist anymore and they trained someone to act like her, why would they allow all of the stuff to be going on around her? Like the dancing videos online, like just got arrested for a DUI, like all this stuff. Like what's the benefit?
Agreed. That's true. That's a good point because she's too public right now.
Also, like sold her entire music catalog for almost no money recently.
Yep.
That's the part that I'm like, huh.
See, but that's weird too. That somebody isn't like, no, you actually deserve all of this money. Like I'm gonna give you what it's worth. Versus somebody who's like taking advantage of like, oh, I'm gonna buy your stuff. Thank you. Like who was that person?
Yeah, I don't know. Because that whole thing with Britney Spears is really weird too. Because I mean, obviously she was controlled for an incredibly long time and like forced to act a certain way, which is probably why nobody knew what was going on. And it's really weird because whenever you watch like old interviews or like footage of her, she was fully just saying like everybody around me is controlling me. I have literal zero control over my life. And people are just like, haha. Yeah. Like, nobody cared.
It was crazy. Mm-hmm.
I
know.
Okay, that one was a new one for me because I always just hear a bunch of or like see stuff online about the just Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber drama because people who are like hardcore fans of Justin and Selena being together have just for years just pushed for like Justin still loves Selena. He never wanted to be with Hailey, which actually kind of fits into this narrative that you're talking about. Mm-hmm. And it's just been this crazy back and forth for years of people just hating Hailey Bieber, because she essentially like swooped in and took Justin.
Yep. And another good point, actually, I forgot, was Selena Gomez's song too, that got released I think around the same time as Ghost, the one with Kygo. It Ain't Me. It's like, who's gonna walk you through the dark side of the morning, yada yada yada. It ain't me, and that's the whole song. Literally, it's like there's no other like bright side to the song, even though it's like a upbeat pop song. Like
that's
Kygo.
true.
You know what I mean? It's very bizarre, very ironic, but that's
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a couple others.
Okay.
So one of the ones, actually, the first thing that I thought about when you were like, we got to dive into some of these conspiracy theories about celebrities was the whole Avril Lavigne one, which this was an old one. This is like one of the like early thousands conspiracy theories is that Avril Lavigne, the singer, I can't remember what year they're saying. Oh, okay. So around 2002.
Yeah.
When she was getting really, really famous, people argue that they think the original Avril Lavigne died and that the family and like the management team essentially saw like, oh no, like our entire like castle is about to like fall apart because she died. And so they got a stand-in, a woman named Melissa. I don't know if they say her last name. I think it's in here somewhere. But basically, they replaced her with a lookalike named Melissa, in order to then like continue on the Avril Lavigne like legacy and continue to like milk that whole situation. And so one of the things that happened, sorry, I don't remember all this. So I like
No, you're
wrote
fine.
stuff down. But one of the things that happened was that during an interview, they noticed that like like a couple of her freckles and moles were in different places.
Oh.
And then also that she had written on her hand, Melissa. Like they saw in an interview that she had written on her hand, Melissa, which like, I don't know why somebody would write their own name, but they were saying essentially that they thought Melissa was trying to secretly tell people
That she
wasn't Avril Lavigne, which sounds like maybe she was forced into it. Like she was sold,
Oh, yeah.
by her family to be this pop star. And so they say that it was like Melissa's the body double trying to leave a trail that she wasn't actually Avril Lavigne. And I told you about the moles.
Yep.
And then they were also saying in some of her songs, there were like different messages between her 2002 album and her 2004 album, where she had things that were a little bit like of a cry for help. So in the song Together, she had a line that said, "Something just isn't right. I'm living a lie." And then she like suddenly completely changed her style and shifted everything from like the skater boy kind of like tomboy. She used to wear all the like the ties, the baggy pants and stuff, to then the girlfriend era of like, do you remember the song Girlfriend? Hey,
Yeah.
Hey. She became like more poppy and changed her entire style too, and the sound of all of her music.
Right. That makes sense.
And so basically like this happened a long time ago, and people have held on to this theory for years and years and years, continuing to argue that Avril Lavigne died. And they say that she died, like, I guess there's different theories, but one of them was like her grandpa died and she died of a broken heart, which I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of, I don't think that that's very possible, but I mean, it is possible that she died from something.
Right.
And so actually recently there's been like a resurgence of Avril Lavigne. I don't know if like you've seen, she's been like performing more again and stuff.
She like performed with MGK for a little bit.
Yeah. But she went through a really long period of time not performing. So I guess you could argue like, oh, she's training her voice or whatever. But she has come back. And then in an interview, someone was like, so this whole Melissa theory. And she laughed and was like, yeah, I've heard about the theory that, I've been replaced by someone, which is crazy. Like, how would they be able to replicate everything that I do, replicate my voice? Like, it's just wild.
Yeah.
But she had nothing to say about like the difference in the style, the difference of like where her moles were placed and stuff. So nobody really knows. But this actually brings me back to the whole Selena Gomez thing being a clone, because one of the things that popped up, because I told basically when you sent me that first video about Selena Gomez, I got another video like my feed was
of
like,
course.
oh, you want to know all the confusion?
The algorithm you're in.
Yeah, and they were saying that a lot of times Selena Gomez's tattoos are there or not there. Like sometimes she has them, sometimes she doesn't.
Yep.
Or like the placement is different.
Yep.
And it was really weird because they showed a video of like she had a tattoo up on her.
Yeah, the flower, the rose thing.
And then like it's not there anymore, but there's no scarring as to like for a removal, which I guess you could argue maybe it was like a temporary tattoo for like a look or something, but that's one of the arguments, is that her tattoos have changed as well.
Yeah.
So,
but the mole
she's like
thing is like you can't just move a mole.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what do you,
that's the weird part.
On? Like I'm confused. Like
I don't know. They were just saying that like her, the moles like on her face and arms disappeared or moved.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like that, and that's just like, that's pure evidence at that point. That's like, you can get a mole removed, but then if you add it back on in a different spot, like do moles just like pop up? Like, I don't know. Do like new moles just pop up?
Yeah, all the time. But I would assume it's, like they take a really long time to grow. Like, you can get little freckles and moles out of the blue one day, but they start really, really small. They don't just like grow overnight or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not gonna be like.
Or maybe she was like faking beauty marks. I don't know, but
like also why? Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. People do it all the time. I actually went to school with a girl who faked a beauty mark, like a Marilyn Monroe beauty mark, for years.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I know. It was crazy.
I'd be afraid. I'd just like go like one of these. You
know,
and
you just smear it across. Your face.
I smeared across.
Yeah,
my face.
I don't have enough faith in myself to do that. But yeah, so
Wow.
Going back to
Okay.
the Avril Lavigne thing.
Yeah.
That's been a theory for years. That was kind of one of the first crazy like conspiracy theories about celebrities that I had ever heard.
Yeah.
Because I was really into Avril Lavigne. And
She was the best.
I always thought it was crazy. I was
R.I.P.
like,
No, I'm
not
just kidding.
all. Like, it's like, there's no way. But again, I think I am just a little bit, I choose to believe people aren't that sinister a lot of the time. And I was actually just having a conversation with my husband about this, John Luke, recently, about how all of the, again, in the world that we're living in right now, and all of these crazy stories and like evidence of things happening that have come out, it's so sinister.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like to a point where I'm like, I truly have never even like thought most of this would ever be possible or people would ever do a lot of these things.
Well, that's
and
the
so
thing.
that's why
It's lifting
now
the
I'm
veil.
like, man, this is simple, easy. This could have happened.
Well, it's true because you're like, wow, all these people that I know about, all these, high-powered people, millionaires, billionaires, what have you. And you're like, oh, like this shit is true.
Yeah.
Like this shit is actually true.
Yeah, and I think that the thing that was actually really hard for me about it is that, I mean, I've had my fair share of like manipulative sociopaths that I've like had to like work with before, but not on a level where they're like so influential that they have so much money and power that they literally do whatever they want. Like I've never lived in that type of world. I've never been exposed to that level of people.
Yes.
And so I think it was like really hard for me to wrap my head around the possibility of those things, of some of this stuff going on and like people being like bought and sold. And I, honestly, that's probably just like super naive of me. But that's just kind of like the world I was living in.
Yeah.
It was like people wouldn't do such horrible things.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. They kept it so well under wraps until they couldn't anymore, right? And like people started to like, oh, we have enough numbers now that we can turn this around. Like, but that takes so much courage and being like, oh, like I mean, they have so much power and like I may die, but I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna turn this around. It's crazy.
What I want to know is like for the celebrities who have come out about things and have like barely scraped by, are they still being controlled in some way? And this is just part of that overall narrative to like get rid of certain people, but not all the people.
Yeah.
Or like, for instance, someone like Demi Lovato, who's been through a lot and obviously has been like super vocal about all of the people who took advantage of her and like the substance use that like dominated her life for so long.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, so was there just somebody who said like, yeah, we'll allow you to say X, Y, and Z because we want to get rid of like this particular person.
Right.
They are of no use to us anymore. They're a liability. So we're going to allow you to basically like ruin their life by coming out about what happened.
Right.
I feel like it has to be that controlled.
It
Because
has to
otherwise,
be.
like, how would she not be just like wiped off the face of the earth?
Correct. Yeah, they're like, no, they're like cutting off the arms. They're like cutting off a finger. You know what I mean? They're like, whatever. Like,
Oh, we
for the
can
greater
sacrifice.
good.
We can sacrifice a finger
For the greater good.
for the greater good
Yeah.
because we got to protect like the head.
Yes, exactly.
Crazy.
Which is why I think the files are coming out in waves. And like some of it's redacted, some of it's not redacted. Like
Oh, 100%.
they're cutting off things that eventually will save the core of the situation.
Oh
this
yeah,
entire
they're trying
operation.
to divert people's attention.
Correct.
They're letting a little bit of like horrible, sinister information out to detract attention from like the main really, really dark stuff that was going on, or like people who were involved with it. I totally agree with you on that. I completely am like,
just like how the Diddy thing came out, like when all of this is happening, you know, his documentary went wild, like all of that stuff too.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, my question is because like a lot of this stuff, I know we're getting a little like off the topic
off
of the conspiracy theories, but a lot of the stuff that is now happening, like is now quote coming to light and being confirmed.
Yeah.
There were allegations years ago.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Years and years and years ago. And they were like covered up, and I mean like Diddy's been in the news for freaking ever.
Forever.
and there's been like evidence against him forever.
Yeah.
And now they're just like, okay, we will sacrifice. Too much of a liability at this point. If we sacrifice him, then we don't have to sacrifice other people that nobody knows about.
Right.
Ew.
I know.
People, it just makes me really sad. But the other thing, and also what's interesting is that there's like the entertainment industry, and the entertainment industry is like heavily involved in a lot of like really dark stuff.
Yes.
Which I guess that part I'm not really surprised by. I think the entertainment industry, I know the entertainment industry has been built on the exploitation of vulnerable people.
Right.
Like, I have been acting for not that long. I started acting as an adult. I'm actually really glad that I didn't act as a kid, because I think that I was a vulnerable kid. I would have been totally taken advantage of. Like, you're going to make me a star? Okay. And even like the little bits that I've been exposed to, it's like people who are in that industry, they're vulnerable in that like they really want to be acknowledged for a very specific talent that's like very close to them. And they're very sensitive people, artists.
Yeah.
And like when I say artists, I mean, musicians, dancers,
sure,
whatever, actors. And they are people with power and money know that. And they're like, oh, you want to be like a really famous actor? Pay me $1,000 to sign with my agency and I'll make you a star. You just have to sign your life away and listen to every single thing that I say. And I've experienced, again, very, very small scale, like people just wanting to take your money and saying that you're going to have all these really amazing results. It's just not true.
Right.
But yeah, I could definitely see how like the entertainment industry is very, very dark.
Yes.
And it's just interesting how heavily intertwined it is with everything else.
Yes.
With even politics.
Politics,
it's like crazy.
Media, what's going out there, all of it. It's all tied to the entertainment industry. It's crazy.
I know.
Because I was just thinking when you were talking, I was like, when you were mentioning like even the producers of shows, and they're controlling the narratives of like what you see, and people take that as real, and like oh, that person actually said that, but no, they actually clipped 3 clips together and it was all out of context. Like that, like what we're seeing is not real. Hence reality television. But like still we all take it for face value.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, even what we're discussing today could totally be false, and we're like, hey, we're discussing it. But you're right. Where like literally nothing is real anymore.
Right. It's so hard to know what's the truth when they're just spewing shit at you all day long.
And then that's when you're just like, Selena Gomez is alone.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm in. You know what? She is, and I'm sorry.
Right.
Avril Lavigne, sorry. I mean, Melissa, excuse me. Yep, that's it. We're in. Everyone's a clone. Fuck it. You know?
I know. Apparently. Well, that brings me to the next one, which is actually very recent.
Yeah.
Which is Jim Carrey. So
he looks crazy right now.
For anyone who doesn't know, I mean, everyone knows who Jim Carrey is. But recently, Jim Carrey went to France to accept at the Caesar. I'm going to say Caesar.
Sure.
I know that's not how you say it in French. Sorry. At those awards, he accepted an award.
Yeah.
And there were a couple things that happened where people were like, something's not right. So he is famously left-handed and was signing autographs with his right hand.
Huh. They really missed that detail.
That's number one. So this is on the carpet, right? Before he's even in the awards. Then when he accepts the award, he also spoke entirely in French. To be fair, I believe he is French, or like has some French family, or
and this was a French award show as well.
Yeah, but he did his thank you speech entirely in French, and like and it was really good French too, and people were just a little bit alarmed by that. The big thing though was how he looked.
Yeah.
So people were like, this is not Jim Carrey. This guy does not look anything like Jim Carrey. And so I was looking at photos. I didn't watch any of the videos, but I looked at photos and I was like, personally, I think it does look like him. I think it looks like a man who This is going to sound so rude. It looks like a man who needed to get a facelift but got Botox instead. And he couldn't
Figure it out.
the skin couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Like you get to a point where Botox is not going to do it for you.
Yeah.
And he's an older man.
Right.
And so it kind of looked like he tried to get Botox maybe around his eyes and on his forehead, and it kind of smoothed it out, but didn't.
Almost made it puffy.
He's still older.
Yes. Yeah.
And so while he looked
Crazy.
no offense. He looked different for sure.
That doesn't look good.
I was like, I could see it. Like
Yeah.
I do kind of see that it's him. Similar, also physically similar build and height and stuff, but people were getting like really intense about it. And so then there's this person called Alexis Stone on social media, and Alexis Stone has famously like impersonated other celebrities and like gone to an event as them, like mask, like hired to do it, like gets a whole mask and a wig and completely impersonates a celebrity. So Alexis Stone, again, Alexis Stone is a hyper-realistic makeup artist, posted a video showing a silicone Jim Carrey mask, wig, and teeth shortly after the event, implying he was the one on stage. And people couldn't tell if it was a joke or not. If Alexis Stone was saying like, haha, it was me, because Alexis Stone is famously known for doing these impersonations, or if it was like, no, actually, it was me. So people like went off the rails about that.
Oh,
interesting. And it still hasn't technically, I don't think Alexis Stone has said, confirmed nor denied what's going on.
I mean, that's an interesting point. Like, if celebrities they can't be there for some reason, like, do they just send an impersonator out?
That's wild.
You know?
I mean, I guess so. But if you look up Alexis Stone on Instagram, you can see a bunch of different videos of them impersonating people. Some of them, it's like, wow, that looks exactly like the celebrity. Some of them, it's like, okay, you can tell that's not them. But yeah, I mean, it's really realistic. And so it's not that far-fetched.
Yeah.
And then people were saying like his face, of course. So going back to that, they noticed that his skin looked too smooth. Jim Carrey's skin looked too smooth, and his eyes appeared to be a lighter blue gray compared to his brown eyes. So while I obviously can't, I don't know, I truly don't know about the whole eye situation, unless maybe he's going blind or something.
Right. Yeah, like he has cataracts.
but but the too smooth thing, I was like, no, it truly just looks like a guy who he like got Botox, but like it can only do so much for you.
Yeah, or like got some weird face, like some facial shit that like, I don't know.
Yeah.
People burn their faces off all the time.
Truly.
You know what I mean?
Do.
Like it's
so his publicist straight had to come out and make a statement because people were so like this snowballed. Like this has been everywhere. And his publicist, Jim Carrey's publicist, had to issue a statement confirming that he spent months learning French, and it was like to do the speech, and it was 100% him on stage. He hasn't come out and said anything. Like he doesn't really have social media anyway.
right.
But people have just gone crazy with it. And I think also there have been allegations against him in the past. I don't think this is the first time that people have been like, something's different about him. And he's also, again, it's interesting because a lot of these people we've talked about today famously have had these periods of time where they're not in the spotlight.
Right.
Like they kind of go do their own thing or are really sick or whatever. Yep. And then they come back out and you're like, something's different here.
Yeah. The time off is what's the common theory, the commonality between all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if like Alexis Stone, I would be interested to see like, did that post get deleted because it caused so much controversy, or did they just kind of like keep it up?
Yeah.
I'm going to see if it's still up.
Dang. That's crazy for it to like look.
So see, look though.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Does like a bunch of impersonations.
I mean,
but I just feel like that just looks like this. I mean, the lighting is weird, but to me, it does look like.
It looks like him.
A real human.
It does look like him personally.
It just looks like he aged.
It looks like he aged and he got some really bad filler. and Botox.
Yeah.
You know?
And then even other celebrities are like freaking out about it. Like Megan Fox commented and said, I can't handle any more stress right now. I need to know if this is real. Like everybody's like, what is going on? Is this real or not? But Jim Carrey hasn't said anything himself. So
Wow.
yeah, could be him.
Okay, we'll see how it rolls.
Yeah. Also, the other thing is though, if you look at the hair, it to me it looks real. But I also don't work in like VFX and makeup, so maybe
I mean, hair
it's
looks
just-
so good nowadays. Like wigs look so crazy.
yeah. Again, I just think I'm naive. I'm like, ain't no way they could fake that hair.
Like, I mean, I don't know, right? That's crazy.
Okay, so I have others on here. I have multiple that I've saved.
Nice.
But
Okay.
I feel like we're gonna have to do another part. We might have to make this a series because I actually love the conspiracy theories because they feel so outrageous. But then you start to go through all the evidence and you're like, well, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm so into it. And I'm like, we can even like jump off of celebrities. Like, I want to talk about Antarctica. I want to talk about, yeah, mainly that. And the alien in Miami.
What? Wait, I actually think I recently saw this, but I had no idea what it was about. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
there's
not
a whole
following.
Antarctica theory. A whole Antarctica theory.
That it doesn't exist?
No, that it's like a whole other world.
What the? Oh,
yeah.
and that's why it's like heavily protected. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to make
We're
this.
gonna-
We're gonna
yeah.
have to make this a series, and
Yeah.
we're just gonna talk about we'll do different themes.
Yes.
because I tell you what, like this stuff to me is just so
It's so
funny.
fun.
Yeah, you have to like it has to be one of those things where you're not taking it so seriously because
Yes.
when you start to get into like like I'm convinced, like, and you start to get mad about it, like
Yeah, that's when
you're doing too much.
Yeah, we take a step back. We have fun with it. It's fun to think about. You're like, maybe, but then it's like, all right, like
yeah.
we can't get mad about it.
We can't get mad about it.
Can't get
So
mad about it.
we'll make this a little bit of a series.
Yeah.
If you have any suggestions for
Ooh.
a theory that you have, whether it's about like a celebrity or maybe an event that's happened or like a location,
Yeah.
i.e. Antarctica, give us some suggestions.
Area
and we will-
51.
We'll dive into it.
Yeah, we'll go. We will just I will go so far into the TikToks. My algorithm's going to be like, what the fuck? And the FBI's going
Is
to come
this
after
okay?
me. The FBI's going to be like, you have gone too far.
Yeah. We gotta shut you down. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.